I forgot to record the harvest, but here's the post-harvest Castle Franco, and I'll take that inside now. And Peep and Benny, they thought they'd harvest the Radicchio with me. Hi, I'm Tina with Kinship Nutrition. I want to talk about one of my favorite vegetables, Radicchio, also known as chicory. Europeans have been cultivating chicory for hundreds of years. It's commonplace on the European table, particularly in Italy. The popularity of Radicchio didn't really catch on in the US until the 70s or 80s. So it hasn't really been widely used in the US. It's known for its distinctive bitter flavor. It's also known for its very red colored leaves, although not all Radicchio is red. And chicory and Radicchio, those names are used interchangeably. Radicchio is in the chicory family. So it's Chicory Week here in the Pacific Northwest, or in the Seattle area. And what that is farmers and chefs collaborate to promote and educate and geek out over Radicchio. So you find it in lots of restaurants. The other thing about Radicchio is that it, as lettuces start falling off this time of year, the temperatures drop, things like that don't really grow well in this temperature, but Radicchio is cold hardy and can stand frost where a lot of other leafy greens cannot. So this is really the time of year for this group of vegetables. In the garden, I harvested some Castle Franco, which is I would say it's a milder bitterness. This is probably what you most commonly see in the grocery store, which is Radicchio. And the other thing you might see in the grocery store is the Treviso, which is the football-shaped red Radicchio. Why do I love Radicchio so much? So when I used to work in restaurants, I think I was in my 20s the first time I had a salad that had frisee. So frisee is kind of a really chicory, and it has a crunch and a bitterness to it, and it's often found in salads or as an accompaniment to a savory dish, and I just fell in love with it, and then I found myself craving it. And I think it's very important to identify those things that your body craves, because there is a message behind that. And we'll talk about the intelligence of the body and intuitive eating at another day and time. The bitter quality in Radicchio and chicory is called intibin, and it's supportive of liver and gallbladder function and digestion. I probably did need liver support in my 20s. It's high in vitamin K, high in antioxidants. It also contains inulin, which is helpful for regulating blood sugar. There are lots of different varieties. Some are green, some are red, some are variegated. How do you use it? Okay, so it's a great substitute for lettuce. It's a great addition in salads. How do you like to eat radicchio?
Rarely.
Editing that. It can be grilled, it can be seared, it can be sauteed, it can be tossed in pasta, it can be fermented, it can be used as a carrier for other things. It pairs beautifully with flavors that contrast. So beets and apples are so good with radicchio. I made a salad of seared chorizo and roasted beets and put a little goat cheese and toasted walnuts, and it was so good. If you want to know more, I'm going to put some links in the description. And if you are local to the Seattle East Side area, there is a farm called Local Roots Farm, and they nerd out on radicchio like no one else. They grow quite a few varieties, and they know so much about it. I encourage you to track them down and talk to them about radicchio and buy their radicchio and give it a try. I think that's all I want to say. I just really wanted to spend a couple minutes sharing this with you, and hopefully if you haven't tried it, you will give it a try. If you go to a local farmer's market, they will probably have radicchio, or if you are at Seattle farmers markets, you will definitely find radicchio. If you are not local, ask your farmer if they grow it. So, yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching. I didn't have any doggy interruptions this whole time, and my battery didn't die. It's a miracle. Okay, how do you use it? There's lots of ways to use it. Are you avoiding coming out here because of doing this? You can walk through. It would be more interesting if you just lived your life around this.